Putting new filters together. I'm always designing something. This seems to work pretty well. Gives you an idea. This is the beginning. Got a couple of hundred made, but I'll show you how it works. It's pretty simple, but I just needed a platform to anchor them down. Always tweaking the design. I'm not a big fan of sponge filters. Not a big fan of filters that are pump driven, so I like everything air driven. I like something that's simple, easy to clean, easy to put together, easy to do maintenance, and does the job. It's nothing new. So I use a water bottle. Depending on the size, if it's a bigger tank, I'll get a bigger size. This is a little small one, So I put the beads in there about halfway, so nice and dense, and then I use one of these to put holes in it. I'm not going to sit there and drill that takes forever. But this thing take like 5 seconds and you got all the holes you need. Just poke little holes in the plastic and you're all set. So that's how it goes, and nice and filters. Starting to be a lot of dirt in there at the bottom, so I'm going to lift it up and get the dirt out. This one's kind of real crowded. Lots of catfish in here. So yeah, so it works well. In the business, or any business, you're learning to do things a certain way so that you're conserve time, or cut corners. I wouldn't say cut corners, but do things that you can do so that you're more efficient with your time. So I'm continuously thinking about ways to, like, how am I going to clean 30-40 tanks if it's just sponge filters? It takes me 2 hours. That's too much time. So with these little things, a few minutes, I just clean them up and they're done. Here's a filter. This is a different model. I mean, same thing, but I didn't like the bottom. I like to have a cup. So when I do them now, they mostly look like that. Right. That's the best I can come up with, And I paint the inside because it's concrete, and then so it's nice and sealed, So it works great. Just keep at it. Things I've noticed with filtration is that really need to get that ammonia under control. It's a really tough one for breeding fish. If there's a hint of ammonia, the eggs don't do well, right? The fry don't do well, and even if it's very minimal. Seem to do not as well with sponge filters. Something I noticed over the years. So I do the best I can to get the ammonia under control. You can do water changes, you can do all that good stuff, but you really got to get that water super stable, lots of flow, lots of and then when you're breeding, you got to feed a lot. So brine shrimp, newly hatched brine shrimp or high quality pellets, that creates a lot of stress on the filter. So you need a fluidized filter. So those beads filters are really nice and fluid. They can adapt to spike in ammonia when you start putting food and all that. So when you get that ammonia under control, that filter really nice and mature, then you can really feed the tanks. They'll do your vacuuming, squeeze their sponges, and then you got really good quality water. So the fry and the fish aren't stressed, and they really can hatch and do well.